Is the market going to crash in Santa Cruz? Are you thinking of buying or selling this year in Santa Cruz County? Well, I'm going to give you a market update of where we have been and where we are going. And first off, I will say that I don't think crash is a great descriptor for the Santa Cruz market shifting and maybe even going on a little bit of a downturn, because descriptor really of crashing or, collapsing would be heavy investor markets where you have people who own multiple homes. Think Florida and Arizona. Investors there have hundreds of homes. They own full on, tracts of homes. And to them, if the real estate market goes down or collapses, it is a crash for them. I just don't see it happening here just yet. But I encourage you to watch this video because I will give you some local statistics and then what I am seeing for Santa Cruz, because I was watching some regional news and I was watching national news, and they go really big on it's collapsing, it's crashing, but I'm not seeing that here. So this is where you're going to get some good local information. But let's start with Zillow. Zillow amended their forecast from a 0.06% rise in prices overall nationally to 1.9% drop. They're forecasting a 5% drop of prices here in Santa Cruz, in the Bay Area, the whole area. They're just kind of overlaid it. I don't see it at all. But let me tell you what I'm seeing in the Santa Cruz market, and you can make up your own mind. I don't see the crash. Honestly, if I was seeing a crash, I would probably tell you, because I always have investors asking me, is now a good time to buy because they want to steal houses? But there's just not enough here to be a crash. We just don't really we have more homes for sale. Like, we have had 382 homes for sale in April, which was 39% up year over year, with 114 sales, which was down 8% year over year. So we had that high increase, and then we had lower sales. 39 days on market average, up 21% year over year. And I've noticed homes are staying on the market longer. And I have seen about 27 to 43 days is kind of a mean of where a home will get an offer. Sometimes some of them go really, really quick, but a lot of them are staying on the market longer. And I've seen as high as 6% reduction in the actual list price and what it's sold for. So you could make an argument that they are right about the 5% drop, but the problem is, when you look at these kind of statistics and you enter a market and you're not following me or, even your realtor that's local, you might make a mistake when you find a property that you really want and you go to make an offer based on this information. I'm pointing as though you can see it. It's over there. I have all the statistics written down. I have some over here too. I'll just keep pointing, but you probably can't see them. I just had a property I listed here on the west side, and it fits in line with what I'm seeing. It's under 1.5 million, where I have really seen those homes go fairly quickly, about 20 days on market or less, and they sell really close, if not more, to their list price. But this property I had just last week, I listed it on the market, $799. We got 4 offers. The open house was super busy. So was the broker tour, which is interesting because everybody's seen it anyway. Maybe they came to see me. And I had, out of the 4 buyers that made an offer, 3 of them came to the open house, and I met them and I talked with them and I told them how great the house was and what we're going to do in terms of the multiple offer situation coming up. And 2 of them wrote lower than list price offers, and they, yes, got blown out of the water. Because the other 2 offers, we had 4, you can only take 1, but the other 2 offers were really, really good. They were aggressive. They understood. They got the message of what they needed to do to be competitive. To be at a busy open house where people are passing you, asking lots of good, interested questions, and somehow the idea got that you could write a lower offer, which was really interesting to me. But anyway, I digress. Of course, the highest and best offer won, and they had amazing terms And they're going to do really well because at the end of the day, they got the property that they wanted for their situation in their family. So that's really the name of the game. Yes, it'd be great to time the market. And yes, I do believe more inventory is coming. And I do think that is going to soften prices. So here are my predictions. Make sure you watch my video next month so you can see where my predictions are wrong, because I don't have a crystal ball. And I don't know how to read tarot cards. So all I can do is tell you what I'm seeing. What I am seeing and how I am counseling my sellers is, look, this is the price I think you can get. Still a really great price for a property. Still a really good value for this type of home in Santa Cruz when I'm talking to the seller. But I am warning them, the buyers are going to ask for them to pay their buyer agent concessions. They are going to make sure that the sewer lateral is fixed and completed. I've spoken about those in past videos. It's not an exciting topic, but it is a bit of an expense to buyer and seller, as much as $12,000 or more. If it's a septic, it could be up to $100,000. These are point of sale ordinances that can get really sticky in the buying and selling process. And right now, I will tell you, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, you will be on the hook for those expenses. The buyer is going to move along. So that's where that extra inventory or more inventory is going to serve you, Mr. or Mrs. Buyer or buyers, because you are going to have more properties to look at that will fit your maybe not price range or maybe close to price range, and maybe fit your parameters of what you want in a home and in the location that you want. But also know that you more than likely can ask for the concessions for your buyer agent commission to be paid by the seller. And again, the sewer lateral work or some work that needs to be done on the house or a credit for that work, more than likely will be able to be negotiated this year. And that increase in inventory is going to cause that. So that will lead me back to my initial point, hopefully I made a little while ago or at the very beginning of the video, is we don't expect prices to come down really low here. The negotiation is going to be higher. That's the more requests from the buyer, either for information, which a couple of years ago during COVID, it was just like buy it or lump it. But now you have some time. You can get a physical contingency for a couple days to investigate the property. You can ask the seller to do work and or pay the concessions for you. Concessions this year are up to 45%. Last year, they were 39%. So there's more negotiation going on between buyer and seller for items. So that's where I see it going. Do I see prices going down? Do I see it crashing? Not right now. I can say for right now, it's not crashing. I can say that it's getting soft, and I don't see a collapse. There's a lot more inventory coming on. Now, if you're a buyer, I'm sure you are hoping that dream property is going to come up in the price that you want. The only issue that I see is that a lot of the areas of Santa Cruz that are selling more are areas that buyers typically aren't the most interested in. That would be at the top of the San Lorenzo Valley, maybe in Boulder Creek or as South County. Those areas can get a little soft when there's a lot of inventory in more desirable areas like the west side of Santa Cruz. But right now what we're seeing is that the west side of Santa Cruz really doesn't have a whole lot. So Aptos, with its beautiful homes and close to the beach as well, has picked up. The freeway has loosened up as well, because now we are actually getting close to being done on those 3 lanes. So traffic has kind of calmed down a little bit, and Aptos has kind of opened up as a bright spot. So make sure you watch my video next month so you can correct. As you notice, I did not talk about mortgage rates. Even the high mortgage rates are not helping. They're sticking so close to 7. They dip down to 6.6 and then they kind of climb back up. We're not even going to get into that because I always get that wrong anyway. But if you need anything, please schedule a call with me, a strategy call, and I can tell you what I know in the market of the day that you call me and talk to me. And if you need anything else, please, you know how to contact me. All my information is below, and I've got some slides for you below too. And down in the description below is a link from Compass that has a full-on market update, and that's going to be out in just a couple days too, of for I think up to the end of April. So anyway, I hope that helps you, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Thank you so much. Bye.